Laurence Home Nursing Team provide end-of-life care to patients in their own homes. We have a team of 18 registered nurses that are able to go in to provide a little bit of extra care to the services that are already available.
Most of our work is overnight really support to the families, because if the family that are caring for the patient at home, if they manage to get enough sleep, then they can provide the care during the day and cope with caring for their loved one then.
So we can look after basically any condition, so we look after heart failure, chronic respiratory failure, really anyone in the last 2 to 3 months of their life. We can go into their own homes and give them the care they need.
We do also offer day care, where we might go and have a nurse in the house so that the carer can actually escape, get out, have a few hours off.
It all started through the very sad terminal illness of my then senior partner, Dr. Martin Laurence, and he had a very traumatic and difficult terminal illness, and he wished to die in his own home.
And while he was being cared for at home by the district nursing team, and one district nurse in particular, Jane Phillips, and they talked about how it would be nice to have a team of nurses that would care for people at the end of life in their own homes.
So after his death, it was his wish that an organisation be set up to enable people who wanted to die at home to be able to do so in the comfort and surroundings of their loved ones and their families. So that's how the Laurence Home Nursing Team came about.
The most important thing that we offer really, I think, is the opportunity for patients and families to nurse their loved one at home until they die. And we provide the backup and support along with the district nurses and the general practitioners to enable that to happen.
They're not going to be dying on their own, they don't need to be frightened, they have someone with them who cares about them. And also for their families as well, the knowledge that their loved one will not die as a number in a bed in a hospital.
I think it's incredibly important that the Laurence Home Nursing Team remains essentially independent of the NHS. And that's because we have complete autonomy in what we do, both with the funds that we raise and with the services that we give. I'm involved in both the NHS and obviously the Laurence Home Nursing Team, and it is a world apart. When we need to make a decision, we decide what we need to do, we have the funds in place, and we simply get on and do it.
When it was suggested to us that we enter the WOBAs, we were a little bit dubious about it. We weren't quite sure how it related to us and whether we would get anything out of it. But in the event, our doubts were unfounded.
When we found out we'd won the award, we were all absolutely delighted and very surprised.
It was a very nice evening. We went to Heathrow Park and had a very nice meal. And we were there as part of 3 people that were nominated. And then I was very, very pleasantly surprised when we were read out as the winners.
It was a huge encouragement for all of us involved, for all our supporters, and obviously for all the patients as well.
You know, we wouldn't be anything without the local community, because if we hadn't got the funding to provide the service, there would be no service.
In the 15 years in which we've been going, we've seen 632 patients. And if you think of the knock-on effect to all their relatives and families, that's a lot of people in the local community who we will have had, hopefully, a positive effect on.
If we got additional funding, we'd be able to expand the area in which we currently operate.
We are very reliant on fundraising. We do have a lot of people who are involved, but we'd always like more. You can never have too many people fundraising.
We have various fundraising activities. We get involved with lots of the villages, put on various events.
We also have what we call Lunch for Laurence, which is a week every year where people have lunches and people come along and give money in return for a very nice lunch, it must be said.
We really would encourage anyone to use our website or telephone the charity and to get in touch with our fundraising coordinator and discuss any ideas they have.
We've got a website set up, and part of that website is the ability to set up direct debits or standing orders or to leave legacies to the charity.